Hi, welcome to today's Talk of the Town. I'm Sandy Benson. If you're looking for a sharp, resourceful, and easygoing professional writer for your next project, Mark Anderson stops by to talk about Anderson Writing Services and how his 30 years experience can help you or your business. Mark, welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your new business.
Well, it's called Anderson Writing Services, and I just stood it up. It's a brand new business. I have 30 years of experience mostly in the federal government, although I've worked in the private sector as well. But I've done a lot of writing, and I figured that when I retired, which was last December of 2017, that I would, once I moved to Bluffton, which we had planned to do, so that I would start a new business. So I started Anderson Writing Services.
Very nice. And so where are you located?
I'm located in Bluffton. And I write articles right now for the Bluffton Monthly, and I have some clients already in the local area, although I have one client up in Delaware, so I'm open to writing for people all over the place.
So what is your writing background or experience? I know you said the federal government, but I'll let you elaborate on that.
Sure. I did a lot of writing for the federal government that involved report writing and press releases and that sort of thing. But on the side, I liked on my own to write little stories about people. For example, in my neighborhood, there was a guy who had grown up, and he was an elderly man at the time, and he had grown up in Connecticut. And he had been through the 1938 Great Storm. This was like huge, bigger than even Matthew. It was just an enormous storm. People died, and he was 9 years old at the time, so I wrote his story. And I just got a kick out of doing that. And I thought, you know, when I leave the federal government, instead of all of this sort of dry writing, I really want to write things that are more interesting and take on different projects.
Yeah, very
so
nice.
I've been writing some blogs and some other things, some advertisements for people, and some of their brochures, editing them, revising them, that kind of thing. So,
and I would almost have to believe, just as a business owner, that for a lot of businesses, I know the writing component is a lot of time, a lot of energy, and you don't always have that person in your organization that does it. So sometimes outsourcing it makes it so much easier.
That's where I come in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and my passion is to write and satisfy the customer. So I would love to take on projects that people need, any kind of writing, really.
And how did you get interested in writing?
Well, my dad was a college professor. So growing up, he liked to send us to good schools. So for example, in high school, I went to a prep school, and I had very good writing instructors in these schools. And they drilled it into us. You know, we had to learn English, grammar, and composition, and punctuation, and spelling. In fact, I really enjoyed the spelling bees. I tried to win the spelling bees if I could. So I really had a fascination with the English language, and I started to just write things on my own. I've written some poetry. I've written, as I mentioned, the story about the neighbor who grew up in that time in Connecticut in the Great Storm. And so, it just fascinated me from an early age to sit down and just take pen to paper and write.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. Writing as a passion is really quite an art.
Yeah.
So what goals do you have for the company?
Well, my goals mainly are to satisfy the customers that I have. In terms of quantity, I want to be busy. I want to have lots of work, so much so that I even have to turn work away. I think that would be a good problem to have. So right now I'm writing very part-time, so I really would like to increase that. And in terms of quality, just to really give each customer that I have the best service that I can. So make sure that everything that I write for them is to their satisfaction, that it's free of any grammatical errors, free of spelling errors, punctuation errors, that it's really ready to publish when we're finished. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you for great information, and we'll have all your information on our screen so people can contact you and find out more and see what services you can offer them.
Great.
Thanks,
Super.
Mark.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.